Evening, folks. How are you? Good to see you all. Happy Saturday. Good to beer and everything. Yeah, it's Saturday night. It's Chord Dave live. Good to see you as always. We'll talk about guitars and things as we go through. Um, as I'm sure you've seen, there's a new series now every Friday to go along with the Monday series. Yeah, the guitars of the week. So I'm gonna try and pump out those every week, every Friday. Um, So we'll talk about that as well if you want. And anyway, we will crack on with some comments and stuff and see how you guys are going because you've already pumped about an hour's worth of comments there for me. So if you got your comments in, don't worry, we'll get to them. And yeah, lots of cool stuff to talk about. So let's see who is here. First of all, Scott Bogfoot, first as usual. Thanks, Scott, for joining us. Ryan, good to see you, Ryan. And Glenn is here as well after his absence last week. We're glad to have you back, Glenn. Hope your visit to the Glory Hole was not a difficult one. And if you're a new person, you don't know what that refers to, you'll hear that an awful lot throughout the night. Make sure you're subscribed and comment as well if you feel like joining the fun. Anyway, good to have you back, Glenn. John is here. Good to have you, John. Thanks for popping in. And John asks the first question tonight. Says, "I have a question for the group who plays their Strat, etc." In the thing, you can see these in the alternative tunings. Let's go with. Do you play the same or different chord shapes and positions on the fretboard? I keep mine in standard, so I'm not really gonna hazard a guess, but I'm sure better guitar players than I will tell you that. Glenn says, I got an email midweek from Gibson with their new release, and I clicked on it, and what the frick? It says hats and shirts. Yeah, they don't make guitars anymore. They're just an apparel company and a tourist destination. So, they make videos on YouTube. That's what they do. Occasionally, somebody goes mad in there and makes a guitar, but they don't do it very often, so they tend to have horrendous quality control issues. But I got the same email, Glenn. It's like, what is going on? Anyway, that's what they're doing. Glenn says he started experimenting with Open G a week ago. Not sure what to do with other tunings. Struggling with G. I struggle with standard tuning, Glenn, so I get you 100%. Ryan says, yeah, Gibson are losing a lot of money to the secondary market. They need to make more guitars, not clothes. Yeah, they're the old QC issue has popped up, as we know, more and more recently for Gibson. It's been a bad time. Like in our group, we have somebody who has had a horrendous time with Gibson guitars over the last few months, couple of months, and they decided to go with another brand. And in their own words, it's way better than a Gibson. So we'll talk about that in at another time later on, probably. I'm sure. But yeah, Gibson need to focus. That's my advice to them. Focus, because you're doing a bad job. John says, I like open E tuning for slide guitar. Very good. Yeah, that's a good one. Ryan says, besides, I hear if you wear a Gibson shirt, you double your chances of breaking your neck. That's that is comment of the week so far. Fantastic. Yeah, definitely. I like that one. Good one, Ryan. Are the Gibson T-shirt collectible? Yeah, absolutely. You can only buy one if you're a doctor or a dentist. Actually, Scott says too early for comment of the night. I don't. It's going to take some beating, that one. To be honest, Glenn then says, did anyone see Philip McKnight last night? It looked like he got some beer drinking tips from Dave. Hey. He wasn't able to finish. He said if he had a co-host, it would be easier on his voice. See, that's what I need. I need a co-host. I need someone cool enough to come on the show and present half the live stream with me. Auditions will take place next Friday. They won't really. But anyway. Ryan says, just the Gibson custom shop shirts and hats. I heard they have a Murphy Lab series coming out soon. Yeah, pre torn up and everything. That's exactly. Tom Murphy rips holes in your jeans. That would be actually hilarious if they tried to do that. I wouldn't be surprised. Let me see, where am I then? I think that some shirts have one sleeve longer than the other. Yep, that's John says relic Gibson t-shirts are collectible. They probably would be in some fashion. They'd make them with some prestige company and make them a thing. Ryan says that's the light aging. You don't want to know what he does to the ultra heavy aged. Yeah, and yes, we all have thought about what that means. Damn it. Um, they tried to make Gibson shoes, but the laces wouldn't stay tight. Killing it, Ryan. You're killing it. That's pretty cool. Glenn says, I hear some shirts leave the shop with Gib on the front and some on the back. That's that's it. That's Scott taking it away says, put a sizable amount down on a guitar today. Unfortunately, weeks before I actually get it. That is still cool though. Nice to have an order in. So yeah, let us know what you're getting. That's super cool. Glenn says, now Ryan, it's not fair to the lower laces stay tight. It's the higher laces that get loose. You know, everyone's got problems. Everyone. And Ryan says, anyone in the GTA get hit by that wind today? A 50 foot pine tree broke in half in my backyard. Wow. Yeah, well, if you're in the GTA, which does make me think of Grand Theft Auto, you take care of yourself out there, for sure. It's a Jackson Roads. Nice. Very cool. That's all I can say about that. Did you get the case as well? Because yeah, those are more expensive. You have to buy them additionally, right? The case with the some of them anyway. Let me see. Those are awesome, says Ryan. I saw a video on it the other day. Very cool. You're off an Epiphone and onto a Jackson phase lately. Yeah, I think that's not the first Jackson you've mentioned picking up recently. Very cool. And Guitar Max did a video on it. Very cool. Yeah, Guitar Max getting a lot of attention for his DIY Harley Benton build, his rocket launcher one. I haven't actually watched the full video yet, but it looks pretty interesting what he's gotten up to there. An Aurora 3, yeah, very cool. That's a cool one. Even if it's white, kind of, was still a cool one. Case cost more than the last guitar I bought. Yeah, that can be the problem. Anna's here. Hi Anne, nice to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Glenn says, I broke down and fell in love with a black Strat. Tried posting on the Facebook page 2011 American Special. Still has factory plastic on it and case candy bag unopened in the gig bag. And the trem arm is still sealed. Very cool. Yeah, nice one, Glenn. That's cool. Look, you know, even though it's black, that's fine. There was a black guitar in Guitars of the Week this week. Sometimes you just can't not include them. Sometimes they're cool, I suppose. But yeah, good stuff. Glad you look, if you fell in love with it, that's awesome. Al is here. Nice to see you, Al. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, always good to have you here. Let me see. Scott says, what does everyone think of Dave's new video series? Yeah, good question. So this is it. If you haven't seen it, it's Guitars of the Week. It will be different guitars every week, different companies perhaps. We'll see what comes up, just things that catch my eye. And as it's a new series, you have to be controversial, so a Gibson Les Paul Robot made it into the selection because, you know, I want people to be like, what the hell is he talking about? And most people do say that when they watch my videos anyway. So so yeah, there's a reason why I put it in for the first week. I think they're future collectibles. Not that I think they're great guitars, but yeah, that's why. Anyway, we'll talk about that more if you guys have any ideas or anything to spruce that up, because it is the first of a series. It'll, like guitar wish lists, it'll grow and change as we go through. But yeah, it's a new thing, so we'll see how long I keep it up for. The reason I have a new series, by the way, is some weeks it's getting very thin on the ground news-wise, and I want to keep putting out videos and, you know, hopefully keep the channel growing. So I'll have at least 2 days of videos come out. We have the live stream on a Saturday, and then we'll have news videos around when there's news on the ground. So they're not going to replace the normal things. It's just an addition to. And someday I'll just replace Trugley as the biggest waster on YouTube. Anyway, rolling on. That was just a joke, by the way. He makes excellent videos. See his Flying V's this week. He's getting into his Flying V's, which I'm sure Muddy H2O is a big fan of. Because he likes Flying V's. Glenn says, I saw it on Reverb, was taken by it, and it turned out to be in a small shop a little more than an hour from me. So I grabbed a Mexican Strat for a trade, some cash, and I feel I'm in love. Got a decent deal. That all sounds great. Glenn, yeah, awesome. Nice one. Congrats on the new guitar. Glad to see you support a local mom and pop shop, says Al. Yeah, good stuff. If you can, it's always cool. My local one's terrible, but hey, what can you can't have everything. Glenn says, sorry, Dave, I traded my blue Strat for a black one. Hope you're not going to kick me out of the band. Well, we'll see. We'll see. No, that's all good. As I said, if you love it, then that's all that matters. You just have no fear of me ever asking to borrow it from you. That's all. Al asking, is it an American Pro? Which I think you said it is. It's an American one anyway. So all good. Ryan says, that's great, Glenn. Sometimes things work out. I've been looking for a nice LP Supreme. Guy messages me and he's coming to my town on Thursday, so he's bringing it along. Hopefully that works out. Yeah, very cool. Todd says, you'll be reading this an hour from now. Yeah, 13 minutes, Todd. It wasn't too bad. I got through. Yeah, definitely some good guessing there, because usually it does take me a long time to get through them all. And hello to you, Todd. Good to have you here, as it always is. Let's see. Glenn, Muddy H2O says, by the way, I haven't said this in a while. Muddy H2O, the greatest name on YouTube, has said, I knew you were going to say something about this. He released a video praising the freaking Gibson robot guitar. I think you'll be fine. I wasn't praising the guitar so much. All right. I just said that it's going to be a future collectible. And I whatever. They're cool in their own way. They're just not the way Gibson intended them to be. I think. And Todd says, I'll be reading these in about an hour or so. Well, you said that a minute ago, Todd. So, maybe I think that actually was deleted at one point on the system and it just popped back up there. So anyway, I'm doing well so far. I'm only about halfway through the comments, so keep your comments rolling in while we get stuff coming through so we can talk about it. And Ryan says, hey, I like that robot guitar. So there you go. Not everybody is only interested in flying V's and like other things, especially things that have a blue thing on them. So there you go. Awesomeness. Now I knew that was going to be controversial, putting the robot guitar at the end of that one and on the thumbnail and everything. But hey, listen, some people dig those guitars, like I really like them, and I honestly do think that they're going to be, give it a long time from now. They're still too fresh and it's been 15 years, but give it another 20 years, I can see them being really collectible. Give it another 5 years, I think you're not going to get them for anywhere near what the price you're picking them up for now. So that's the thing. That's the only kind of, it's an investment thing guitar that I would ever recommend. I think that one is going to go up in value, other than like 59 bursts. Obviously they're going to keep going up in value as well. But anyway, Glenn says it's a special, has SS Texas Special pickup and an atomic humbucker in the bridge. They were called the Affordable American. Very cool. Excellent. Yeah, I'll have to have a look at that, Glenn. If you are going to post it on the Facebook group, be very interested in it. That'd be cool. Awesome stuff. Muddy H.O. says, condolences, because he likes a robot guitar. See, as I said, when it comes to Muddy H2O, if it's not a Flying V, he does not like it. And if it's not made out of Carina, he probably doesn't like it either. So that's just how it is. So he doesn't like robot guitars. We've noted that. Good stuff though. All together. Matt Von Bosch is here. Good to see you, Matt, as it always is. It says, I think Dave's right about the robot guitar being a future collectible / classic. Now would be the time to buy. See, some people agree with me sometimes. This is why I love this audience. Some of you know what you're talking about. Quite a lot of you know what you're talking about better than I do. So anyway, good stuff. David Rees says, good evening, everyone. Good to have you here, David. Thanks for popping by. Muddy H2O with the super chat. Thank you, sir, for the super chat. Says, oh, David giving investment advice now. Ask him how his crypto investments are doing. Oh, and Agnesi. Yeah, well, everyone's crypto investments are doing the same right now. So it's not. So there you go. Um, yeah. Anyway, don't listen to my investment advice. Not this week. Maybe in a couple of months' time, but not right now. But yeah, still like those guitars. Let's just say that. Alice says, "What are we drinking tonight?" I've got a Rolling Rock beer of choice of Tom Bukovac. Um, I'm drinking Hobgoblin, which is Chord Dave's favorite beer, probably on the channel at least. Out of a Hop House 13, my actual favorite beer glass. So there you go. So cheers, Al, with your Rolling Rock. Scott says pre-show. Again, I'm working on it. Give me some time. I'm trying to come up with something that will tie into a live stream type of feeling. Um, so it's gonna be it's an interesting idea. I am working on it. But yeah, at least a month away, maybe even a little bit more. But now that I've thought about it, I will keep thinking about it. Uh, Al says, got my glory hole shirt on, wore it to the liquor store. That's where you want to wear them to, really. Ideally, it's places like liquor stores and so forth that they're ideal for. The shirt is nice and light, great for today's warm weather. Perfect. Al, thanks so much for picking up a shirt. That is cool. Glad you did and are enjoying it. I don't know if some of you have seen this, by the way, but there are the t-shirts. Where are they? No, that's the regular t-shirt. These ones, um, quite popular. But in fact, they're my most popular merch item of all time. But these are called GH Special shirts. So there's 2 weeks to go. There's GH Extra Specials. This is a sticker which looks like this that you can pick up, available on the same link. Again, for the same 2 weeks. This is a terrible picture of a mug that you can pick up as well. You can see the same logo pretty much as on the stickers on it. And there's this t-shirt, if you want one that's less kind of in your face about your connection to glory holes, and it also says Chord Dave on it. That's available now. And there's also these ridiculously priced iPhone cases, because apparently Teespring only make iPhone cases. Don't buy an iPhone case from them, even if they say glory hole. But yeah, they kind of just put them on everything. So the iPhone cases are coming down probably tomorrow, but everything else will be up there until the 31st of May. So there you go. If you want glory hole attire, you can get it for like 2 more weeks. Steve Norvell says, hello everyone, and hello Steve, good to have you here, as it always is. And Ryan just ordered a t-shirt for himself. Nice one, very cool. Let me see. Muddy says, Dave doesn't play in alternative tunings unless the guitar can do it himself. Can't wait for the Alexa enabled Les Paul. Yeah, Siri enabled, ideally, because connections and stuff. But absolutely, if I can just tell the guitar to tune itself, that's what I want. Play itself would be even better. So just be like, hey guitar, sound like Slash, and then I can just do air guitar and look cool. Might actually buy a Murphy Lab in that situation. Anyway, Matt says, Guitar of the Week video did make me miss my Aerodyne Strat. Didn't play it as much as I should, but it did have a great satin neck. Would like to try the Tele version. Very cool, Matt. Yeah, those are they're very cool guitars. And what I will tell you is I didn't reveal it in the video, but the Aerodyne Strat that's been in my cart for ages on Reverb is a red one, and I think they look super cool. So yeah, but it's like number 7 on the list. There's like 15 things in there at the moment, plus Muddy H2O keeps sending me other tempting guitars to pick up, and he's getting closer to actually making me buy one. So yeah, once that crypto goes back up, he's gonna, I'm pretty sure, make me spend it on stuff. But rolling on. Glenn says, I did order the new GHTCD shirt. It's on the way. Very cool. Glenn, yeah, nice stuff. Nicely done. Thanks very much for supporting the channel. That's super cool. Benny Larson is here. Nice to see you, Benny. Thanks for dropping by. Always good to have you here. And let me see. Todd Moore says, congrats on the Jackson or loves those. Yeah, they're cool guitars. They're cool, got that V vibe going on, but in a very different way. Yes, those are cool. The Butterfly Effect says, smash that like. Absolutely. We got 12 likes and 27 people watching. 20, so that means there's like 15 people and you're like, what did they say? Glory Watts now? But yeah, smash the like button and we'll do the thing. We'll do what we did last week. If we hit 40 likes, I will wear a Glory Holes t-shirt on the show myself. So 40 likes is what we've got to get to in order for that to happen. If we don't hit 40, it's just gonna roll on to the next live stream when we'll ask for 40 likes. Oh crap, you're hitting like all at once. Damn it. Okay, let's not promote hitting like button too much. Muddy H2O confirming to Scott that he has been looking at the Randy Rose this week. He's looking at everything this week. I'm not going to reveal it, but I am happy to say he's finally got a guitar he's happy with, which is good. Yeah, he got a very cool guitar, and in his own words, it is the greatest guitar of all time, the best guitar ever made, ever. I think that's right, isn't that what you said, buddy? I think, yeah, that's exactly what he said. Badfink 2, greetings, Earth Bunnies. Greetings, sir. Badfink 2, good to have you here as it always is. Nice to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Let me see where we are. Or an RR3 with the Floyd. Very cool, Scott. Floyd scare me, as you know. But there you go. Glenn says, I like Dave's new video series. Excellent, excellent. More to come. It gives me something to do on a Friday after work. But yeah, very cool. SB, nice to see you. Says hello, everyone. Did anyone see the Norm's Rare Guitar post? Bummer, really big bummer that he's in that state. What will happen to the store? Yeah, I saw that, SB. Guys, if you don't know Norm Harris from Norm's Rare Guitars, it's been put out that he is very unwell. Cancers and heart attacks and all that sort of stuff has been going on. So you can check it out. I think it's on their Facebook page. I know guitar.com did a story about it this week. Yeah, look, probably the most famous guitar seller in the world at this stage. Yeah, Norm seems, I don't know, never met the guy. Seems like a nice guy. And, unfortunately is not in the best health wise. So yeah, maybe head over to Norm's Rare Guitar channel and give them a get well Norm or something. If you feel inclined to do so. I know I used to watch a lot more Norm's Rare Guitar videos than I used to, but yeah, it's bad news. Never like to hear anything like that. SB says, Dave, you could do a new series rating YouTubers' guitar collections. Like the Drive Tribe guys rate YouTubers' guitars. That's actually probably not a terrible idea, although I feel like I would get stuck on a certain channel that we've often referred to as Geek Lord. So, yeah, I think it's a good idea. It's definitely a good idea. As I said last week on the stream, I am thinking of coming up with some other regular series, things that don't rely on the news. That's where Guitars of the Week has come from. It's why Guitar Wishlist exists. Just having videos that don't rely on news, especially when there's no news. I know I've said this already on the stream, but some weeks there's just like no news and you guys get frustrated and I get frustrated because I'm like, there's literally nothing that'd make a decent video. So I can find 5 guitars a week. But rating other YouTubers, the thing is though, other YouTubers might get angry with me if I do that. So I already have Gibson on my back, so or against me, shall we say. Anyways, Todd says, really liked Guitar of the Week debut. I've played a Silvertone amp case thing, horrid. The Fender Aerodyne guitars are basses are nice. Robo tuners are shite. I see. I think I said you can de-robotize them, or maybe I meant to say it. Maybe I said it in the 15th take instead of the 16th one. But yeah, yeah, a lot of people will just convert them to regular guitars, just take the tuners off, the robo tuners. But there you go. Look, everyone has their different feelings on them. But yeah, what can you do? I think those ones are different than the 2015s though, right? Those ones you can use without having to use the robot tuners, but the 2015 ones you did have to. I don't know, just either way, just put a set of Grovers or something on it and it'll be fine. So Ryan's asking what's up with Norms. Yeah, he's just not well. Is the thing. Dave said the T word. Yeah, I gotta stop saying the G word. I think it might offend that person. I don't really care, but just whatever. Al says my local shop had a used V for sale, but it was a silver sky that grabbed me. Um, Very cool. Yeah, Silver Sky is a good one to choose as well. Todd says Geek Lord has focused on the V of late. He's watching. He might be. He had a very nice blue flying V with the white TV white back, which looked great. And yeah, we discussed. Muddy and myself discussed that we both would have liked to pick that up if we'd seen it before. But yeah, it's a very cool looking one. He appears to be working on the V side of things at the moment. So maybe he's here right now. Geek Lord, if you're here in the live stream, let us know. We no judgment. It's all good. We like you, kind of. So, yeah, don't worry about it. SB says he's a pretty rare form. Cancer, yes, for Norms, yeah. Let me see. Yeah, don't want to go over that too much, but anyway, it is one of those things. It is unfortunate. Lemo said he's doing better, but his face said otherwise. Yeah. Yeah, sad stuff about Norm, all right, that's for sure. It's too bad. Love his stuff. If the US would ever let me in, I'd go to that shop. Yeah, I was actually looking at a guitar that they had recently. It was an ES 140T. It was one of the first, I think, guitar wishlist videos that I did. They had one for €3,500, and I was really considering if I went to NAM trying to make a deal with them for it, but it sold last week. So two things: I'm not going to NAM, and yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get there now in Norm's time. Who knows? But look, we wish him all the best. Probably the most famous guitar shop individual guitar shop in the world, I think. I can't think of anything that's more. So I mean, there's a few famous New York ones and stuff, but it's got to be how many YouTube subscribers they got? A few couple hundred, 300,000, something like that. Anyways, yeah, all the best to Norm. Asian Redneck says, howdy y'all, driving so can't chat, but I'm here. Glad to have you, Asian Redneck. Yeah, take care out on the roads there. But yeah, thanks for popping back. Glad to see Rory's back. He is indeed. Yeah, you know what? He was just down behind the printer there last week, but he's back in full prominence there, as he should always be. Sooner or later, I'll organize all this stuff into proper places. It's on the list, just not very high up the list. SB says, really a bummer. I hope the store doesn't suffer an eventual replacement of Norm. Guitar of the day when Ignici was there was like guitar school for me. Yeah, me too, to be honest. The news was tough to read. Yeah, that's very true. I think look, Norm seems like a nice guy. It was tough news to get. He apparently doing his best with it, so I'm sure he's putting a brave face on it. But yeah, I've always loved their videos. The Guitar Today, yes, when Ignici was there, I watched it a lot more. But it's one of those. It was a good show. It started off terrible, and then they developed it into something pretty cool. So yeah, look, I like the channel. I like the store. I like what they do. If you are in that area, you can go to Norms. I think you have to book an appointment to go now, though. So they probably have to make sure you have all your paperwork and all that sort of crack. I don't really know, but I was on their website today, actually, just looking at some stuff. So but yeah, maybe just, as I said, let's just reach out and say, wishing Norm all the best. I don't know if they did an official video on it, but yeah, it is sad news for sure. Scott says, did Fender do robot tuners as well, or no, only Gibson are that daft? So the robot tuners, well, in 2015 ones were done by a company called Tronical. Tronical made robot tuners for Fenders and for Gibsons and Epiphones and everything. And Gibson actually bought all the robot tuners from Tronical. Their G-Forces were made by Tronical, but Gibson never actually completed paying for them, and they were taken to court by Tronical. I'm not actually sure what happened with that case. I think it might have been settled out of court. I'm not 100% on that, but yeah, that was like a big misstep by Gibson. But you could buy Fender fitting robot tuners at one point. They're very, very difficult to get your hands on now, but yeah, they yeah, Fender, as far as I know, have never gone down that road. But Gibson went through a phase where they were trying all sorts of things. Like uh, had that. They had the built-in tuners in some guitar, um, not robot tuners, but like you could see if your guitar was in tune or not. Tuners, um, all that kind of stuff, and just make guitars, just make them well. That's all they need to do. Just keep taking their eyes off that ball. Um, Bafik says, surprised I never got shit from you calling you bunnies, but y'all be rocking bunnies. Listen, there's nothing wrong with being bunnies, is there? I don't know. I'm kind of scared to ask now. Damn it. Should have jumped on that earlier. The demo shop on Reverb has some robots, but they took the tuners off. I don't think Gibson actually officially recognize the robot tuners era anymore. Like, I don't think they will officially mention them. If you ask them straight up, I think they'd be like, "Nah, I don't remember that. Nah, that wasn't a thing." Yeah. Anyway, here's to the death of the robot tuner. Here's a question: do you think they'll ever come back? Do you ever think they'll do something to incorporate technology into guitars again? Whether it be robo tuners or whatever, I don't know, because it wouldn't surprise me with Gibson, or let's say other companies. Glenn said, "Is there another color besides black and Carina? For what's that? Glenn, for what do you call them? Flying V's for Muddy? Probably not. He likes Carina guitars. I likes them a lot." SB says, I saw an Explorer demo today, and honestly now I'm torn between that or a Flying V as my first Gibson. The natural ones are great value in my opinion, and not vintage looking considering they were from the 50s. Yeah, I mean, look, I'd throw a vote on the Flying V for that. I know, I can tell you right now, Muddy H. is going to say the Flying V. They are great guitars once you get used to them. But the Explorer for me has just always been, I've always felt it's a bit big for me, but you know, everyone's gonna have a different thing. So the Explorers that I've played anyway tend to be very big, and that's like in a guitar store for 5 minutes max. So like, don't take my word for it, but I'd go for a Flying V. Muddy H2O says, Dave is lying. I also like mahogany Vs. I suppose. Matt says, let's not talk about crypto tonight. Bloodbath. It's true. There's blood on the streets. Pain is happening. It's fine. It's totally fine. Might have to shave the beard and donate it to charity, but still, that's just anyway. Dave, that's the beer I saw you with last time. It's the same one. It's not the same one. It's just a different it's a different bottle of the same beer. I promise. Maybe. Yeah. Look. Honestly, it's just what happens. Thanks for pointing that out, Glenn. Benny says, sorry to hear about Norm. I hope he recovers. Yeah, absolutely. Best wishes. And Ben Allmark, nice to see you, Ben. Says, that's definitely last week's beer. It's been in the fridge all week. Hey, man, listen, this is a totally different beer. I promise. Last week's one has gone off to recycling and everything. The bottle, that is. So, yeah, it's just that rolling on. SB, it's looking rough, man. Not gonna lie, hope we get some more years and hopefully he passes the torch. That store almost invented the vintage guitar market. Yeah, he has a son who looks after things when he's not there, I believe. Anyway, it was Jordan, I think. So I think we're going to be okay. It's just going to be a very sad time. I think if Norm's not able to be on videos and things. So that is that is just how it is. But yeah, hopefully we'll see what they do. Scott says you could premiere Guitar of the Week or some other video just before the live stream, and it could be pre-show and set the theme or topic for the live show. Yeah, I thought about doing that, Scott, with Guitars of the Week. To be honest with you, I did think about it, but I have an idea that if I can get enough involvement in, I'm going to have other people part of, which will be a pre-show. I just need to get other people involved. So I'll be reaching out to them and trying to get something organized. So I'm trying to do something that'll kind of more tie in with the actual live stream vibe rather than have a separate video. And I kind of fear as well that the pre-show, whatever it is, if it's a recorded video, might get lost a little bit. So I don't want that to happen. So I want it to be something that I don't mind maybe reposting at a time that's, a couple of weeks later if it doesn't do well. But we'll see how it goes. As I said, working on something. Hopefully, I'll have some updates soon on it. But yeah, keep asking me, keep reminding me, because just in case, because I do forget about things. But yeah, keep reminding me every week. That'd be cool. Bad Thing says, Glenn, yeah, his beer has some mold on top. It's not mold. It's just that's what beer does. I promise. Uh, thanks, thanks, guys. Again, I get so much crap for the beer on this show, which is always fun. um, Glenn says, right, Bat, I thought that's what I was seeing. It's not. It's like it's like foam. It's like beer foam and stuff. Anyway. Oh, it's a week old. No, it's not a week old. Um, no, honestly, it would be illegal to drink a week old beer in this country. So definitely not. Let me see. Saw a 10-year-old video of Chris Buck with Slash. It was amazing. I haven't seen that. Well, I don't remember seeing it, but yeah, that's interesting. Good stuff. Al and SB says, "Hey, guitar, sound like Bonamassa. Guitar grows a massive forehead." That's not where the sound comes from, SB. But I get what you're saying. Ben says, "Good evening to everybody." So yeah, good to have you, Ben. You guys are obsessed with the beer, Glenn. The mold mixed with the froth. Listen, guys. It's a fresh beer, I promise. Glad says the thing about robot guitars is that some get the D and G strings mixed up, so you have to disassemble the neck to tune it. QC issue, maybe. Yeah. They are. They're just they're just awesome, and let's be honest, they're the greatest things that Gibson have ever done. Just kidding. No, I'm sorry. They're not. Just lost 4 viewers right there. Sorry about that, guys. No, they do mix up strings. That's actually true. I've seen that happen. But hey, and sometimes they just don't. They're like, are you playing the G string? Is the G string even there? You don't do nothing. Anyway, yeah, not the greatest thing of all time. Ryan asking, Scott, you give up on the Carina V? And we'll see what Scott says in a moment. But Glenn says, hit the like button. You're hitting play on a GNR song. Yeah, that's 22 likes, and we've lost another one. So guys, I don't know. We might not even make it to 11 this week. Anyway, let's roll on. Robert, from all the way down there in Australia, says, morning all. Hope everyone's doing well. Happy Sunday to you, Robert. Thanks for joining us. Super cool that you dropped by on your Sunday morning to us. Really, thank you for that. Scott says, Gibson Epiphone Vs don't excite me too much. I like very pointy Vs. I feel like this could become an issue in the chat. Vs are... Gibson V's are very cool. The right ones are very cool. John says, I have a question for anyone in the group who plays their Strat, etc. Do you play? Oh, yeah, I said already, John. Yeah, different chord shapes or different positions on the board. If anyone else wants to drop it in there. Muddy says, by the way, AMS has some of the Epiphone Carina Vs if anyone is looking for one, $599. And now you know what Muddy H2O does for a job. He actually works for AMS as a Carina guitar promotion specialist. That's his career. And yeah, he's enjoying it, doesn't it? He doesn't really work for AMS, by the way. If anyone is thinking I'm serious, he doesn't. Because he'd probably buy all those guitars with his staff discount if that was the case. Matt says, Dave, have you heard any more about the Harley Benton Firebird? Will they be on sale anytime soon? And Glenn says, I'm also waiting for that Firebird. I haven't heard anything else, but I do expect Harley Benton to be busy over the summer. What was the last thing I heard? Was that they have something coming soon. What is it? I think they just have a refresh of the Explorers. Maybe they're already came out. I'm not sure. They're EX84s or whatever it is that they have. But there's something, they're over the summer months, like June to September, they're going to have lots of stuff coming out. So yeah, keep an eye on them for sure. But I haven't specifically heard about the Firebird. I'm expecting them soon though, fairly soon. I'm expecting a lot of guitar news very soon, obviously, because there's a big show out in California in the next couple of weeks. So keep an eye out anyway. Let's see what I've got here. Marsha's here and says, sorry I'm late. I've been in the ER all day. Oh no, I'm still here. We're about to stick my IV now. Maybe I'll be able to listen to too much because we are trying to fix me up and there's lots of beeping. Oh no, Marsha, well listen, I hope you're doing all right. Take care of yourself. That's the most important thing. Yeah, that's, listen, take care. And, you know, thanks for dropping by. Hopefully you're doing all right. Jim Woodard, in fact, says hello from VA USA. Well, hello to VA USA, Jim. Thanks for dropping by. Al says something in a language I can't read to Marsha. I presume it says get well or how are you or something like that. Good to see you. But nice to nice to see Marsha as always. Says I'm okay though. It seems like it's probably a really bad infection, but just got started after waiting 8 hours to be seen. Oh wow. Yeah, waiting times and ERs are always horrible. But yeah, stay strong. Yeah, hope you're doing all right. Scott says, sad about Norm. I wish I could absorb half his knowledge. Yeah, that's true. I feared something was wrong when he started selling guitars he had for a lifetime. That's a good point. Some of that's what'll happen. All the good stuff that he's been hiding, that'll all start to come out now. Not a cause for celebration, of course. Let's see here what we've got. Lots of wishes, good wishes for you there, Marsha, from the group. Glenn, Scott, Ryan, all wishing you well. He said, I'm trying to be here. Hopefully they don't interrupt my TCD fun with my treatment. Yeah, hopefully. Has Dave noticed my absence yet? It'll be an hour till he sees this, of course. I was thinking, haven't seen Marsha yet. So yeah, absolutely. But glad you managed to pop by for sure. And that's dedication, guys. You're in the ER, you're waiting hours and hours. You're like, screw it, it's time for Chord Dave live. I'm going to get on and make some comments. So that's pretty cool. So thanks for that. And yeah, listen, as I said, take care of yourself. Don't worry about popping in, and you know, it's dedication right there. Thanks for stopping by. Glenn says, Geek Lord is in my basement now, insulting my guitar collection. You know, it's fine. Money HO says, Norms still has the Pelham Blue V, Dave. Yeah, and I'm not gonna buy it. Not this. I told you, my crypto guitar money is just not there this month. But yeah, unless they have, maybe in the future. Hang on, wait a minute. Todd Moore says, all hail Geek Lord. Where's the band button gone? There you are. Highlighted forever so people can see it. You're off the Christmas card list, Todd. Thanks for that. Carter's in Nashville is another good one. Yeah, it's another good guitar store. For sure. So yeah, I'd love to get to Nashville actually and check out some of the stores there. Glenn says he's talking about his love of Black and Carina finishes and robo tuners. He'll notice you soon. Hey, no, not mine. Not my love of those things. Marta, best wishes to you. Hope you feel better very soon. That's from Todd, who is saying that. I like the ones with Frank Stallone in them. That's the videos from Norms. Yeah, Frank Stallone's a bit crazy and he's funny. He's always funny. I like the one where the dog tried to basically molest him. That was funny. Poor old Frank Stallone trying to wrestle a dog off him, and the dog was excited. That was quite funny. Al says, I've been to Carter's. It was an amazing collection of guitars and mandolins at all prices. Very cool. Yeah, I'd imagine somewhere like that gets like all kinds of everything traded in, which is great. A very cool place to visit, I'm sure. Let me see. Marcia says, I was about to blame Geek Lord for sending me to ER this morning. His videos made me sick. There you go. See, someone on the right team there. But yeah, hopefully, watching this video will be the remedy and you'll start to feel better. We hope so. SB says, "Oh my God, I forgot about Frank Stallone, like the rest of the world." That's a comment. Ryan had a good contender for comment of the week earlier in the stream. That's up there. I'm sure he's a nice over waxed Sly clone. Yeah, he's a guy. Yeah. Tuner in the pickup ring on the Slash Special 2 was brilliant. In my opinion, that's from Scott. Yeah, that's one of the things that they did. Like, they're always trying to put technology in guitars. They're like the was it the Ultra 3? The Epiphone Ultra 3 had the same thing in it. Nice idea. You know, it's when they went a bit too far. Like every guitar will have this. It's never a thing that they should do when they make changes. Todd says, here we have a place called Highland Music, owned by my buddy Don Murdoch. Billy Gibbons shops there when he's in town, Birmingham, Alabama. And Joe Bonamassa bought a Klon there a year before last. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, that's very cool. So, I mean, Billy Gibbons got to be in the same guitar store as our own Scott Bogfoot last week. And he goes to the store you go to, Todd. So he's connected very much to the Chord Dave community, as we could tell. Very cool though that he goes to that guitar store. Yeah, there's first of all, no acts like that come through my town, so they're never going to go to the guitar store in my town, and because I don't live anywhere near Dublin. And if they did come here, they'd go into that store and be like, I'll just get some strings and leave, thanks. Because that's what I do. Actually, I don't even buy strings there anymore. So anyway, sorry about that. To those guys. Al says, love those Playboy bunnies when they were there. Hey, it's all good, The Harley Benton Playboy Guitars video might come out at some time at the end of the month. I don't know. I still haven't decided if I'm going to put it up. We'll see. Todd Moore says, Batfink, I've been called a lot worse than a bunny, my friend. Scrolling on. Not commenting on that. Al says, the Evertune doesn't seem to have a bad press. Waiting for Phil McKnight to demo one. Evertune's been around a while, haven't they? That's possibly a thing, or maybe I'm thinking of something else. Phil McKnight, I'm sure we'll do one at some point. Batfink says, Dave, would you ever consider playing tips on this channel? My main problem is chugging. I find it hard to control overdrive and not make rubbing noises on the strings and wanting to play cleanly. Honest, I'm not the guy for playing tips. It's not really. I don't think it's really my cup of tea when it comes to YouTube. Because all kinds of chugging just can't be done when you're doing YouTube. That's all I'm saying. And I'm rolling on to the next one. My playing tips tend to be play better, practice and play better. And I don't follow that advice myself. Robot adjustable truss rod that works off Plek Tech. That's interesting. I think they should include a Plek machine with every guitar sold. That's for sure. Yeah, that'd be that's an interesting one, Scott. If they could make that happen, that'd be fantastic. Al says, chugging is not a problem. I just chugged my last beer. Halfway through reading the comment, or responding to the comment, that's what I started thinking. Al, myself. But yeah, it's tough when beer's not fresh. Marcia says, thank you all. I'm not totally sure yet. I suspect a really bad bacterial infection, but could be COVID. Oh, I can't say that C word. Damn it, I did already. Gallstones and many other possibilities. Maybe I swallowed. Well, listen, whatever of those it is, we're all hoping you get well soon. Glenn says, I'll be wearing a Glory Hole t-shirt. You think Bunny gonna get my attention? Yeah, these t-shirts, I feel like these are going to be, we're talking collectible t-shirts earlier. I feel like these are going to be the collectible ones. People are going to be like, where the hell did you get that t-shirt and where can I buy one? And you're going to be like, sorry, you missed your chance. They're only sold for like 3 months, 3 weeks, 4 weeks on a certain YouTube channel related store. Anyway, thanks again, Glenn. I appreciate that. Badving says, my advice for a good chug is to get a noise suppressor. I use one as my style is what you would call sloppy. Just a thought. So I must be extra sloppy, I think. I think that, yeah, definitely. Just generally in my play. There you go. Badfink says, to Marsha, wishing you better health and sending some of these things. High fives. And that you rock soon. Yeah, absolutely. Glenn says, let's hit the like button. We got 25 likes right now and 24 people watching. So I can't complain. But bear in mind, if we hit 40, that's the target for getting Dave to wear a Glory Hole t-shirt. So yeah, for an entire live stream. Because I haven't even ordered one of those myself yet. And wishing Marsha well as well. And so Scott Bogfoot. John says, Dave, I have a t-shirt idea that might make you rich. Geek Lord t-shirts. Yeah, as I was saying, John, a couple of weeks ago, I was thinking of trying to rip off his logo and I just changed it to Geek Lord. I don't think I'll get away with it, but you never know. Who knows? The future special edition t-shirts. I'm going to try and do one every month or every second month. And yeah, well, we'll see. Todd Moore says to Muddy H2O, but Karina is mahogany. Rolling on. Badfing says, Todd, I've got noise suppression in my guitar effects unit Veloton GP100 and in my DAW, but I find it very difficult to master. It's okay with clean sounds. Only overdrive is the prop. Thanks though. Yeah. Again, I wish I could help with that, Badfing. I really do, but it's just not my forte really. Let's see, there are channels that do it better. Robert Baker probably has a video on it, which I would imagine is excellent because all of his videos are. So yeah, I would advise probably checking out Robert Baker or Spedding, as I was saying last week. He's a great guy on YouTube as well. I like his lessons a lot. Yeah, I'm not the tips or playing guy. Really, it drives me mad playing on YouTube because even if I think I've played all right, someone will tell me I'm an idiot and I'm bald and stuff. So yeah, no, it just drives me mad. But anyway, Ryan Byrne with the super chat. Thank you so much, Ryan. Super cool of you. 3-chord Geek Lord rolls off the tongue. I hate that it actually sounds good. Damn it. 3-chord Geek Lord. There you go. Thanks for that, Ryan. Appreciate it. Good stuff. Ryan says, that's not foam, it's dust. It's not dust. It's probably not dust. Todd says, you bet, man, keep it up. You'll find a solution eventually. That's it. That's the thing. Benny says, Marshall, it's awful news. Get some antibiotics and IV and lay off the Geek Lord. If he's making you sick, you've got to stop watching. That's for sure. Tim Pierce, another great one for YouTube video as well. Did a masterclass video yesterday. Said he didn't want to name drop anyone. Talked with Bonamassa. Well, there you go. Yep. they're clearly mates. But yeah, Tim Pierce he's got some great videos as well for learning how to do stuff on guitar. Just all around very cool guy as well. Let me see. Matt Von Bosch says, anyone see the new Fender Japan Wild Hybrid 2 HSS Strat with a reverse tele headset stock? I wanted to say headset for some reason. Headstock. So wrong and yet so right. I haven't actually checked that out. I must look into it to be honest. But yeah, I think the next couple of weeks you're going to see some interesting guitars come along if my feelings are correct. A little bit of, I think this is coming, I think that's coming. People have fed me some information, but none of it's, I think, accurate. So but keep an eye. Obviously, there's that NAMM show coming up in 2 weeks. So the week before that, we should see some stuff coming. The robot burst is crazy, though. I'd buy one just for that. Ryan, I actually genuinely wish they'd release that finish in a reissue without the robot tuners. I think that'd be a cool thing, and I'd be very excited to pick one of those up. I think they're cool, finish wise. Anyway, and that's why a lot of people buy them, is because it's the only way you can get that finish. And I think even they may have said because of the first run thing was the first run was in that color. It would only ever be available in that color. I think that's why they're never going to reissue it again. But yeah, so that's why people are buying up the robots now that they're at a low price, and using them with, obviously put on whatever your preferred tuners are. James Severin says, hello, 3-chord, my brother. Hello, James, my brother. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Geek Lord needs a disclaimer. He needs to put a disclaimer on his video, Marsha. Yeah, if he's going to make people go to the ER, he definitely does. That's should message him and be like, hey, man, someone watched your video and ended up in hospital, so you need to put a disclaimer. Disassemble the neck. D is smash it headstock first or what, Glenn? Glenn's gonna have to answer that one. Let me see. Scott says I can't afford the right ones, and I don't like. Ryan says I don't like sharp V's and nothing pointy in the area at all. It's quite yeah, definitely. I get where you're coming from. Pointy V's could cause issues. Yeah, so be careful with that new guitar, Scott. Glenn says, but it doesn't matter. Neck or body first. Either way, the neck breaks. There you go. And Ryan says, isn't HB making a baritone? There will be more Harley Benton baritones, because of course those Mosrite things that they brought out were available in baritones. Did they release their baritone Telecaster one yet? That's coming, as far as I know. And but yeah, they're doing more baritones this year for sure. And Squire have their baritones as part of their permanent collection now. Cushman says, hey, 3-chord Dave, cheers. Hey, Cushman, nice to see you, and cheers to you. Just, got to try and get through this to prove it's not a week old. Let's see. Marsha says, I'll lay off Geek Lord, but I love looking at pretty guitars. Yeah, that's our problems around here. We all got the same one. Yeah, evening to Cushman from a lot of people there too. Good to see you, Cushman, as it always is. Ryan says, anyone else get passed off with Geek Lord when he doesn't keep a guitar because of the slightest flaw? In some aspects, yeah, because tiny things don't matter, but things that look like small things can also be indications of bigger problems or later problems. So I get that in some ways, but he's who he is. He's gonna keep doing that. Yeah, again, it would come down to me for price of guitar. If it's a cheaper guitar, I wouldn't really care. If it's more expensive, like thousands of dollars guitar, it would be a big problem. But yeah, definitely a good point, I think. Yes, the tiny errors. You're like, I didn't even see that. Where did you see that? But also, he's so many guitars for sale that I think he's trying to get rid of a few very quickly at the moment. Super chats rolling back in from Muddy H2O once again. Thank you, sir. And just patron saint of the channel, to be quite honest with you. What are your thoughts on Dean headstocks? Oh, and pimps up, Geek Lord's down. Dean guitars are awful, and anyone who buys one should have their head examined. I'm just kidding. They're nice guitars. I really like them. In terms of the headstock, I don't know if I like it or not. The thing, but on the right guitar, that has 2 pickups and is a good quality instrument, it looks it doesn't look bad. What I like about it is it doesn't look like a Gibson or a Fender clone headstock, which a lot of guitar companies just default to. So I like it. But thank you so much for the super chats. Very cool of you. I appreciate it. Let's see where we've got. Al is chugging in stereo. For sure. Let's see. I haven't watched Geek Lord for the last 2 weeks. I feel better already. There you go. Health advice coming straight through to the chat there. Appreciate that for sure. Good stuff, guys. Um, let's see what we've got here now. I won't say my source, but I was told the dog left Frank Stallone after they recorded the video. Yeah, not everyone has good taste. That's all I'm going to say there. And the dog clearly does. Anyway, no, but GL has a tagline catchphrase. That's Geek Lord. That is grammatically incorrect, and it bugs me. Yeah. I mean, that's all that bugs you about his channel. That's not too bad. There you go. Let me see. Glad you didn't hear from me, says SB. Scott says, I still can't get over that I met Billy. I've named the guitar I bought when he was there, Billy F. Jackson. Nice. I like it. Very cool. Ola England did a vid on chugging. Very cool. Yeah, check out Ola's videos every now and then. They're very cool. Let's take an individual look at its specs, or parts and specs should be in my mind. Let's take a look at its individual parts and specs. Yeah, I agree with you. Scott, there but again, that's, there's other things in his videos from time to time that don't make sense. So let's see. Ola and the boys from Anderton's showed them how to chug. There you go. Very cool. Wow, there ain't no excuse for poor grammar. I mean, there's the internet. You can look it up nowadays. So all good there. Did you see Dylan Talks Tone from Texas Toast Guitars? They were chugging on every super chat. Can we get Dave sloshed if he chugs on a super chat? I mean, we could try, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many beers are in the fridge. There's only probably 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. So I don't know. Batfink says, Glenn, I saw Ola's. I get it in theory, but doing it with smaller hand is so difficult. It's still difficult. I have the timing being a drummer. There you go. The timing is usually the more difficult part of that. But I get you, Batfink. If we do have anyone who can provide some tips, yeah, drop them in the chat there. Al with the super chat. Thank you, Al. Thank you so much. It's time to chug, and I'll join you. Well, I'll drink a little bit more for you, Al. Thanks so much for that. And yeah, thanks for the super chat. That's super cool of you. Let me get this back up to the comments here, and then cheers, everybody. All right, it's not too bad. There's not a whole lot left. Like, I mean, we'll figure it out. If we ever do a proper 3-Chord Dave meetup and you guys come out to a bar with me, I'll drink properly there because other people will be talking. I promise you. Might be just me, but every time he says it, the way I dislike. There you go, Scott. Listen, I'm sure there's other reasons why people dislike his videos. But that is one that I can get behind, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, having been a writer at one point in my professional career, those kind of things do bug me. Even though I'm not perfect myself, and occasionally, quite often, write in grammatically incorrect stuff. So anyway, there we go. Muddy H2O, yet another super chat, sir. Thank you so much. He says, what color dress do you find matches best when playing your blue guitars? I think you got to mix it up with like a green, perhaps a red, but you can't beat the old black. So you got the old little black number on when you're playing your blue guitar. That is the way to go. But thanks, Muddy. I appreciate you so much. You know that. But yeah, you want to go black, maybe green if you're playing the blue. It just depends on the shade of blue. But yeah. Color advice is not really what you should be here for. 1 sec, got to grab a charger. I was supposed to do that earlier and forgot about it. So there we go. Right, let's see. Perfect. Done just like a professional. Nope. All right. Al, let's get Dave through one beer first, then we can work on getting him sloshed. I mean, that might do it. Who knows? Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Marge says, come on, if I can hit the like for the emergency room, you can all do it. Use those thumbs. There you go. See, no excuse for anybody else. If you haven't hit the like button, Marge is coming after you because she's in the emergency room and she has hit the like button and is watching, and that's dedication for you. So good stuff there. By the way, just a shout out back to Muddy H2O. Blue guitars are still the best, no matter what's going on. I mean, and then after that is Cherry Sunburst, obviously. But anyway, it's all personal taste, but those are the correct answers. Benny says, Scott, you're right. Geek Lord is wrong. Actually, maybe that's the t-shirt. Geek Lord is wrong. Maybe that could be the next special edition t-shirt. There you go. Badfink says, okay, Dave, I'll check out Rob Baker and Sped. Yeah, listen, I think those are my two guys. If I'm going to learn something or I'm trying to figure out a song or something, I see if those guys have a video on it first. So hopefully they'll be able to help you out here. Cushman says, Cushman NYC says 92 degrees here. I've looked this up before personally, but I just need to see what 92 degrees is in Irish weather. Because we do it by Celsius. 33. Yeah, that's mental. So I have this theory that Irish people are no good once the weather goes over 20 degrees, because we kind of shut down when it gets too hot. So once it hits 20 degrees, which is Celsius, your Irish friends are not much good to you. I've just checked it out. That's 68 degrees Fahrenheit. So anything in the 70s, Irish people not doing so well, just so you know. So yeah, 92. And as someone who spent some time in California, you can imagine it was quite often just either staying inside all the time in the air conditioning areas of places, or I would, have, what do you call it? Just useless days where days would go by with nothing being done, no productivity. So Money Hate Show, yet another super chat, and says, what? No chug for my super chat. You can drink from the wine cooler hidden behind Chuck when you can't handle the rest of that beer. All right, Muddy. Jeez. I mean, this is all I have. I mean, it's just this bottle. The wine cooler that's hidden behind Chuck doesn't come out on live streams, but chug and everything. Cheers to you, sir. Thank you so much. You are a person. Here we go. It's pretty much empty now. First time on a live stream. I'm proud of myself. Thank you, sir. You're very kind. Badfink says, Ryan, you leave my spelling and grammar alone. Hey, yeah, see, that would hurt my head. Glenn says, 90s in Virginia this weekend too. See, you guys are making me not want to travel. Nothing's worse than when he says, your guises. Oh yeah, guises is a thing that, yeah, I get you. Cushman says, knocking back a few Rolling Rocks ice cold. Haven't had a Rolling Rock in years. I'll check out the store tomorrow, see if they have any. Nothing worse than people say, booyah. What the fuck does that mean? Sorry, just a pet peeve of mine. Yeah, good question. Good question. Al's on his third Rolling Rock of the day. Interesting. Very cool. Yeah, well, Rolling Rock is there. I must have to have a look in the American beer section tomorrow. Scott says, Dave, 2 questions. What's, in your opinion, the best Cameron film? True Lies. And what's your favorite scene in Jurassic Park 1993? As if there's more than one. I actually watched one of the recent Jurassic Parks recently, the one with the Pratt. Chris Pratt, yeah, that fella was in it, and it was like it started off okay, and then it just got ridiculous. So there you go. But yeah, best Cameron film is True Lies for sure. You can have your Terminator and all that. You can have your Aliens, and you can have your Titanics and your Avatars. Which, by the way, I thought Avatar was a bit whatever. It's fine. I didn't think it was great. It's not super hyped for Avatar 2, but True Lies and in Jurassic Park, my favorite scene. Oh God. I'm trying to think about because I was 11 when that movie came out, so it was it was a pretty big thing when it came out that summer. Um, I don't know. I always liked the scene where the guy was sitting on the toilet and the T-Rex ate him. I just thought that was hilarious. In terms of actual best scene, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm just going to call that my favorite moment in the movie. So there you go. For that one. But thanks for your question, Scott. Yeah, that's it. True Lies is a great movie though, and I think it gets overlooked quite a lot with when people talk about Cameron. Um, let's see. Glenn says I have a Dave Mustaine Death Angel 2 Dean as a regular headstock. I don't mind the other headstock. I think Gibson will try to sue them over it though. Uh, just try to sue them about everything. Um, Marsha says, I'm going to have to go back and read all the super chats later. All these interruptions. How dare these medical professionals for interrupting my guitar fun? Yeah, you tell them you're checking out a live stream. But yeah, thanks for dropping back later. Scott says favorite cameo in Blues Brothers. Mine would be Matt Guitar Murphy or Ray Charles. Aretha. I thought Aretha's one was pretty cool. But Ray Charles, yeah, absolutely would be great as well. Um, Marcia says, "Damn, just realized I should have came with a guitar in tow along with Big Service Dog and all this food stuff. They would have admitted me to the psych ward." It's probably a shorter queue. You gotta get through there. Al says, "I'll buy first round." Excellent. Yeah, we'll hold you to that, Al. Absolutely. Glenn says, Marcia, tell them if they don't stop interrupting you, you'll haul off. You'll haul off and smack them in their glory hole. I don't. I don't know if that's where you get the best reactions. As I said, just keep the glory hole stuff on the DL. But yeah, good stuff. Ryan says, another great commitments moment. Outspan Foster do the point glass slide guitar at the wedding. Commitments is a great movie. We were talking about it last week. Yeah, this is a very fun movie altogether. I haven't seen it in a long time, actually. I must watch it again. Sooner or later I will. Benny says, so did anyone else see Epiphone's upgrade to the black Les Paul Custom on Thoman's website? Epiphone replaced the Grovers for Wilkinsons on the specifically the black LP Custom. No, is that still there, Benny? Because I didn't see. I wasn't checking them out this week because I know they didn't have anything coming this week, anything new anyway. Let's have a quick look and see just on the black one. Where are we going? 1 to 2 weeks. No. All right, we've got that. Those look like Grovers. Oh yeah, Wilkinson machine heads. There we go. Yeah, it says it right there. So yeah, if you check out Thoman.de, Epiphone Les Paul Custom Ebony, Wilkinson machine heads. They look like Grovers, but they're not. So interesting stuff there, Benny. Good catch. I know they're updating the Epiphone lineup like obviously in 2 weeks' time. But I did not see that. Um, that's gonna drive. People are gonna freak out about that if that's an official thing that they've done and not just a mistake from Thoman. Um, which is possible. Toman be making mistakes lately. They posted stuff that's not supposed to be up and stuff like that. The Dave Mustaine Green Flying V, for example, they posted one morning, and it was the morning they announced the acoustic. Yeah, so if you're wondering, that color, the green one, is going to be called Alien Green, because I saw it on Toman's website. But yeah, those will be out soon-ish. Probably a while now, 5 or 6 weeks, I think, 4 or 5 weeks. Interesting, Ben. Good catch. Thanks for letting us know about that one. I'm going to check into that this week and see if I can find out what's going on there. Get a little bit of info before now, if I can. Now that I know, I'll ask some questions. Glenn says, Marsha should have wore your GHT and you would have gotten VIP treatment. Yeah, so I believe if you wear your Glory Hole t-shirt, you get VIP treatment. Next T, I left my parts and specs at the Glory Hole. There you go. There's many uses for these t-shirts, so grab them now while you can. You too can sport one of these and be like, it's a band I like, or it's if you don't like that, you can get one of these ones that says, hey, it's a Chord Dave thing, blame him. But it all supports the channel and helps me buy a house in somewhere at some point in the future. The very distant future. But anyway, rolling on. Al says, we're proud of you for finishing. Phil McKnight couldn't. That's pretty much what they said at the Glory Hole. So thank you. I appreciate it. We have witnessed history. Dave finishes a beer and Muddy H2O actually applauding me. That is a new thing. I've never seen that. Let's see. The first batch of Geek Lord t-shirts sold out. Well, there you go. I mean, I'm being more applauded for the finishing the beer than anything else I've done on the channel probably ever, I think. So anyway, thanks. Thanks, guys. Muddy H2O, another super chat, which honestly, you're just too much. You're just too kind. Thank you, sir, for the super chats. This is not to get all sentimental, but yesterday I dropped a new 2000 flushes toilet tablet in my toilet tank. It turned to water blue. I thought of you. Yeah, that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. Sadly. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. And yeah, great. What I would say is, if you guys want to see me wearing a Glory Hole t-shirt, you got to hit that like button. We are on 30 likes right now. We've got to get to 40. So if you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button now. And yeah, as soon as it gets here, we will see what's happening. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say that. I should have said this earlier. There will be no Chord Dave live next week. Have an event I need to go to, so I will not be able to be on Chord Dave live. So yeah, we're going to skip next week, but I will be back the week after with lots and lots of news from NAMM, and I won't be at NAMM. I'll be here in the same place I'm always, but I will have news. Obviously, stuff will have come out, so we'll have lots to talk about that week. So skipping next week, lots to do the following week. So keeping the next week actually after that, the first week in June will be a very busy week on the channel. So keep an eye out for stuff that week. I will let you know of anything that comes up before that. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this week. And I said, don't forget, next week we'll be missing a week. So it's only like the third week I've missed in 40 years or something like that. Or maybe it's about 6 months. I don't know. Al says, Dave, you need a producer to produce another beer. That'd be nice. Yeah, I did. That'd be super cool. Apparently, my boss, and as you guys know, I've a fairly new job. It was only a couple of months ago I started my new job. And apparently my boss told a coworker of mine the other day, if she needed a glass of wine, because we work from home, if you need a glass of wine while you're doing something, do it. Really? You're gonna allow us to be like drinking at work? All right, sweet. So yeah, there you go. It's a different culture than when I worked at Apple, but there you go. So maybe I get a little beer fridge, pop it over there beside the books. See how that goes. Let me see. Ryan needs to start writing this stuff down. It'll make good lyrics. There you go, Ryan. Just good good tips for you there. Ryan says, still haven't seen Avatar, but True Lies was great. There you go. Nice to that you agree with me there. I'll get a notepad tonight to Al. Yeah, good stuff. Scott says True Lies is great. Always find it 18 minutes too long. Well, that's very specific. No, I don't know. It's been a while since I watched it now, to be honest. But I always think it's his best film, and nothing has convinced me of that. Of otherwise, I should say. But yeah, I'll next time I watch it, I'll be like, is it 18 minutes too long? And see how I feel about that. Todd Moore says, I was reading the book Jurassic Park when the announcement was made that the movie had been cast. I was thrilled. Best scene. What's going to happen to the goat? That is a great scene. I remember being very disappointed with the sequel movie. Was that called The Lost World? Because the book was so much better. Because as I said, I was 11 when the movie came out, so I read the sequel then afterwards, and I was really disappointed with the sequel movie. But anyway, it's all good. Yeah, what's going to happen to the goat? It's crazy. There's a lot of great scenes. It's a very good movie. The original Jurassic Park. Very, very good movie. Al says, Dave, your chugging put Matt of Texas Toast and Dylan to shame. Good for you. Hey, listen, I can roll back the years and chug back the beers as good as anyone. Honestly, when we go drinking, when we're all in a bar somewhere, whenever and wherever that may happen, I'll drink properly. I promise you. Empty glasses all around. Should be amulet green. Oh, sorry, Scott. That's a good point. Amulet green for sure. Glenn says, I saw a Kikos video on the Megadeth, and I'll catch up with that in a bit. I think there might be more to it. Scott says, that's a damn cool shirt. Thank you, Scott. The Wilkinsons are pictured without any branding. Yeah, that's true. It's just that they look like the Grovers that are on my Les Paul Muse, which is actually just sold. It's been shipped out on Monday. So yeah, sad to see that go, but there may be another LP replacing it in the next week or so, depending on how things go. We'll see. Let me see what we've got coming up here. Baffing 2 says, I gotta get a GH t-shirt for Mum's upcoming birthday. Do you think she'll like it? I think she'll love it. So yeah, lots of options there. There's other options, maybe just bring her to the store, see what she wants. Muddy H. Road, another super chat. Thank you so much. Again, very kind of you, and I appreciate it. It says, I can't believe you're putting next week's Pornhub convention before us. I'm going to go flush until the water is clear again. That's not what it is. That's on Friday. Come on. You're going to be there. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's not that one, I promise. Just no-name tuners. Yeah, they do look, the more you look at them, actually, Benny, I mean, that's a worrying thing, but we'll see see how they justify it. Let me see. Money Age Rose, about the same amount of time as Dave's beer. I just finished my beer. What do you want, man? I can't make more beer appear. If I could, I wouldn't have a day job that wasn't making beer appear. Anyway, there we go. Money HO, Glenn says, I saw Kiko's vid of Megadeth rehearsals and the acoustic on the stand was not Dave's signature. What the flip is up with that? Maybe he's waiting for one without QC issues. He'll be waiting. Let's see. Ever since Epiphone switched their acoustic from Shadow preamps to Fishman's, I've thought they've fucked up their acoustic electric. I don't like the change. There you go. Yeah, it's Look, they'll figure it all out eventually, I think. But I think the idea there, and again, I'm not the acoustic guy, but I think they thought Fishmans were kind of better recognized, and that's why they went that route. But who knows? They might switch back because I don't think you're the only person who's taught that, Scott, to be honest. Todd Moore says, super bummed there's no chat next week. Damn. Yeah, sorry about that. So, let's see. Wait, now, was I the one complaining about grammar? Says Scott. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, sorry about the next week. It's just unavoidable. It's just got a thing that's happening on Saturday and I can't move it. But don't worry, there will probably actually be a lot of live things happening on the channel the following week because of the NAMM show. I'll probably just pop live, do a little video, 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending on if anyone's online, and drop off again then after that. So if you're around that weekend, the following weekend, I'll be live a bit, I'd say 3 or 4 times over the week. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure your notifications are turned on and you'll know as soon as I go live when I have some news to tell you, or if I just feel like I want to make up for the one I missed. So let's see. Glenn says, beer assistance is not on the job. Dave's run dry. Yeah, exactly. That's what, it's hit or miss around here. It's either you have beer and you don't drink it, or you drink it and there's no beer. So, I would bring 2 beers to the live stream, but that's just not going to happen every week. Yeah, you said when you got a new job, we would get more content. Yeah, but it's, I have to settle into it. So you will. There's 2 series now, and then there'll be content around it. So it's coming, I promise you. The only reason there's not more content out lately is there's fuck all news. Like, there's nothing coming. Any leaks have dried up. I think maybe a couple of people I was talking to got slaps on the wrist for leaking information. I don't know that for sure, but I think it may have happened. And I also think I was fed some information to see would it get out, and I didn't put it out. So there you go. So they don't know who it was, but yeah, there's just been nothing to talk about that I found interesting anyway. And I hate making videos that are not, or like just make videos like, hey, here's this guitar that I don't care about, whatever, unless I'm invested in it, it was not going to be a good video. So anyway, we'll have a Monday and a video Friday now, Monday and Friday video, and then we'll have hopefully get back to at least a Thursday video and maybe even a Tuesday video as well. So eventually there will be more content, Nick, and that is made possible by the new job and the hours I have to take. So it's just taken longer than I expected, but guarantee you there will be more content coming. And the more content, the quicker the channel will grow again, because it has been slow. We hit 5,000 in January and we're just over 5,600 subscribers now. So it's actually moved very, very slowly over the last 5 months, but a lot of people have had the same issue. I expect it to be closer to 10,000 now, like probably around 7 to 8 is where I expect it to be at this point. So it's been very slow moving. That's partially because the content hasn't been as consistent as I'd like. So it is on my track. It is on my notebook and my diary and everything to say, make sure to put out content. It's just, you want it to be good content. But I promise you, Todd, there's more coming. There's more coming for sure. Glenn says, not a conspiracy theory kind of guy, but it could have been a trick beer glass. Dude, it's not. I promise. It's a real beer glass. I promise. It's a real beer bottle too. Look. See, promise. You can't see the strings, can you? Anyway, Tan Moore says, regarding The Lost World, you and I said the book was much better at the same time. Yeah, agreed, 110%, 100%, for sure. Glenn says, the bottom of the glass seems to spend a bit of time off camera. Just say, Glenn, stop giving my secrets away, man. What are you doing? Just don't worry about it, all right? It's not a concern. Have you seen the Jurassic Park low budget remake on YouTube? Funny shit. I've seen some stuff. I don't know if I've specifically seen the Jurassic Park one. But yeah, those are always fun to watch. Al says, yeah, books are always better. That's true. Another book that I read that I thought the movie was terrible was Hannibal, I remember just, I think that the book for Hannibal was fabulous. Um, the movie was awful in comparison. Probably people who hadn't read the book would have loved it. But there you go. Also, was another book I read where I thought the movie was terrible. But it's worked both. It's worked the other ways. The movie Jackie Brown, loved the movie, didn't like the book. The book's got a different name. I can't remember it now. But I remember reading it on a beach in Spain and thinking this book is shit compared to the movie. It just didn't flow in the same way. So there you go. That's the one time where I've actually read a book and been like, it's not as good as the movie. But I'd seen the movie first, so maybe that was why. Anyway, rolling on because that's not guitar related. um, Old Kitty Jurassic Park, but with a cat video is brilliant too. If you haven't seen it, uh, I don't think I've seen that. I think it's possible. I do have the three original Jurassic Park movies on a disc somewhere, Blu-ray disc collection. But yeah, the third one was absolute trash. So I think I may have watched it once. But the first two are decent enough movies. Glenn says Dave finished one beer and now he needs to take a week off. All right, it's not because of that. All right, it was planned before the beer was completed. Uh, I'm sorry. Buy your contacts a beer. I would. If that would get them back to providing me decent information, I would buy them many beers. But yeah, maybe I gotta do something. No, sadly, that's not gonna it's not gonna work. But I might figure something out. Scott says the Fishman design on the acoustics have a large intentional gap around the preamp, about half an inch gap. I don't like looking into my guitars from above when playing. Oh yeah, that's actually a good point. To be honest with you, yeah. I haven't actually used one in an acoustic, so not 100%. But yeah, I get your point there. Badping says, Dave, something's wrong with your super chat. It won't let me leave more than a two-word comment. And you know me, I never shut up. Oh, sorry, Badping. Yeah, that for sure is not how it's supposed to work. I'll look into that when I can. But thank you anyway. But yeah, it's I know YouTube's just being an asshole lately. So put it down to that. Sorry about that, but I will have a look and see if I can figure it out. That's why, because yeah, the other like Muddy's was able to write 1,000 words in his questions of whether I'm going to a Pornhub convention next week, which I'm not. As I said, that's on Friday, not Saturday. So anyway, thanks. But he says, Batfink 2 probably need to add more money. There's a text limited depending on donation size. That's a great idea. I'm going to pitch that to YouTube. Glenn says, what are those pickups behind you, Dave? These are 30 fingers. Yeah, so I got 30 fingers for the Flying V. These are from 1980, so 17th of June 1980. Can you see it? No, you can't. Anyway, 17th of June 1980 for that one. And then this one is August 22nd 1980. So yeah, they're dirty fingers, which were the original pickups that were in the Flying V that I own. So I'm getting them installed. The reason I'm getting them installed rather than installing them myself is the wiring is in fucking terrible state in the guitar. I think one of the pots might need to be replaced. It's just it doesn't look good. So that's what they are. Yeah, I just got them. They just arrived yesterday, so I was just checking them out, making sure that they're in good shape. They do look to be what they should be. So reached out to Marty today, going to bring it down to him this week and get him to sort that out for me. And then by next weekend, the Flying V should be in perfect condition again. So glad. It's still, at least it's playable now anyway, so the way it is. I still need to know what that mystery neck pickup is. It's a Gibson pickup of some kind. Whatever it is, I would not recommend because it doesn't sound very good. But it could be down to that pot that's looking a bit bad. Looks like they just ruined it with their soldering when they put whatever pickup it is and I don't know what they did, but it looks like they melted it a little bit in the wrong place, and the whole thing is the wrong place. But yeah, they didn't do a good job, whoever was doing it. Todd says, got a dip. Love to all. See you in 2 weeks. Rock on, Dave. Yeah, thanks, Todd. Thanks for dropping by. And look, we'll still have videos this week, and I will see you in 2 weeks' time on the live stream. Thanks for dropping by, bud. Super cool to see you, and I'll actually be in touch with you next week as well. Glenn says, see you, Todd, and you made an announcement after you finished the beer. I'm just I know, but I forgot to tell you before that. But Alan says, Dave, you're going to preempted next week anyway. You're going to be preempted next week. My granddaughter, 2 years old, is visiting for Memorial Day weekend. That's very cool, Al. Yeah, awesome. Well, look, there you are. I can't compete with that, so you know. Glenn says, it seems suspicious to me. I'm sorry, Glenn. I'm sorry. Very never trust someone obsessed with blue guitars. I'm not obsessed with blue guitars. I just, you know, I'm a realist. I can just see that they're better than non-blue guitars. I don't know why you fight me on this. It's very true. So what can I do? It's just a fact. Al says, I'd leave another super chat, but you're out of beer. I am. Yeah, see, there you go. Tough luck. Well, thanks anyway, Al. The first one was plenty. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Patrick says, Muddy, yeah, I saw that, but I don't think My Little Story is worth $400. It's all, of course it is. Of course it's worth $400. We see what we've got here. Ryan says, it's $10 per letter. That'd be sweet. Yeah. It's, you know, buy myself a house somewhere. If that was the case. Money H.O. says, he got the pickups only 8 more weeks before he puts them in the V. Dude, I mean, you know, I'm a procrastination specialist. Eventually they'll get there. But no, as I said, I'm getting Marty to do them because he'll do them proper and make sure that they work right. Yeah, and plus also he'll fix the pots or replace them. Tell me if they need to be. I think it's the neck volume needs to be replaced. It still works. It just doesn't sound right. Is that a Marshall toaster? No, it's a Marshall Code 50 or Code 25. It's a Marshall. It's an amp. It's one of those Code amps. It's I don't use it very much anymore. New amps definitely on the shopping list for later. In the summer, I think. Modi H2O says, Ryan, it's a good thing I can say all I need to say with 2 words. Matt says, Pornhub, downing beers, glory holes, and dirty fingers. If we aren't careful, this place will get a reputation. It's true. I actually was telling people, oh, cool, got my dirty fingers this week, or they're on the way. And people were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's a pickup for a guitar. And they're like, no. So yeah, I'm glad most of the people I know are no guitar stuff. But yeah, that was... It's funny. I don't know why they call them dirty fingers. I should look into that. That's probably an interesting story. If anyone knows, let me know. 8 weeks, not bad. It only took 43 weeks to finish a beer. It's 33 weeks. This is episode 33 of Chord Dave live, and there was 2 weeks we missed over Christmas, so technically 35 weeks. But yeah, good stuff, guys. Ryan says, yeah, we don't want to attract the wrong crowd. I think it's too late for that, Ryan. I think we've passed that point of no return, to be quite honest. Al says was watching Runkle of the Bailey review of the Depp Heard trial, and for him getting only 20 hours sleep for the week and a few scotches, it was hilarious. Yeah, I mean, you know, he's out there saying, cut my finger off and I play guitar, so give me $100 million. Probably sounds fair to me. I've been keeping up with that. Just the funny headlines, I think, across my path. But there you go. Bad Thing says, Muddy, you get away with 3 lines. I can't. Muddy H2O says, I type/talk too much. No comment. Grant says, we don't need the wrong crowd around here. Next thing you know, Geek Lord will be hanging out here. There goes the neighborhood. He's more than welcome, for sure. Absolutely. We can ask him why he sent one of our regulars to the emergency room. Jamie Britton says, hi from Oregon, US. Hi, Jamie. Glad to have you here. Thanks for dropping by. Al says, if Geek Lord shows up, I'm out of here. If you see anyone called Austin, just ignore him. It's all good. Bad Thing says, Muddy, you got some connection on YouTube or Google, don't you? Funny handshakes and things. He might do, actually. He's got a back door into the YouTube site, I think. So good stuff there. Lots of people saying hello to Jamie. It's all very cool to see. And let me see what we've got here. Muddy, can you sign me up? Because Muddy says, I've got all the connections. It's true, actually. He does have all the connections. Anyway, rolling on. Friedman amps, were originally called Brown Eye, and PT Pedals Pink Taco. Who knows what they were thinking at Gibson with 30 fingers. Yeah, it was the 80s. I think it was only the 80s that came out, wasn't it? And you can never tell what was going on there. The interesting thing about the 30 fingers is that they're very hot and they sound cool. If you have an 80s guitar, it's worth banging them in there and seeing how you get on. The one that's in the V at the moment, which is in the bridge, I mean, that's where I live most of the time, is in the bridge. So it sounds fantastic. But I wanted to have two original pickups for the guitar because I want to kind of restore it back to how it would have been when it was purchased originally. I'm not going to put a Kahler on it, even though that's how it was sold, apparently. I don't fully believe that it was a factory installed Kahler that was on it. I think the guy did it himself. But yeah, gonna see how it goes. I'd say by next weekend it'll be ready to go. It depends how busy Marty is at the moment. Should hear back from him hopefully tomorrow. And get it done. So I'll let you know next week. But at the moment it has black pickups, and now it's getting zebras. So and as you can see, they're a bit aged. So it'll go well. I'm looking forward to getting them in there, to be honest. But yeah, 30 fingers. Well, they knew people were going to go in asking for 30 fingers, and it was just going to lead to jokes. Anyway, thanks, Gibson. Scott Bogfoot says, I fell asleep on a bus once. When I woke up, I said to the guy next to me, you better tie up that horse. That story was relevant to something you said, but I typed so slow I can't remember what. I can't think of how that could tie into something I said, but I'm sure it did. No. I don't remember falling asleep on a bus. I fell asleep on a plane once, in the cheap seats down the back, and I woke up and punched the seat in front of me, as I was waking up. And the person sitting in that seat was not happy with me. It was completely involuntary though, so I wouldn't have done that normally. Probably, maybe, we'll see. It's just to relate to your woke up on a bus story. Al says, the trial has drawn my attention to Johnny's band, the Hollywood Vampires, and they are great. Alice Cooper, Joe Perry, and many videos on YouTube. Yeah, the Hollywood Vampires have been around for a while. They do some interesting stuff. It's one of those really interesting side projects that Alice Cooper gets involved in, which is always good to keep up with, for sure. Ryan says, I have a Dirty Shirley 20. There you go. Richard Virginia says, have you experienced a Vola guitar? Not yet. No, it is one of the Vola guitars, one of the things that I do want to try at some point. God knows when that will happen. So yeah, that's not specifically myself, Richard, but maybe someone here has. And if you have, guys, if you had a Vola guitar or played Vola guitar, let us know, for sure. Margaret, nice to see you. Margaret, thanks for stopping in. Says, if you're looking for bad reputations, start listing pedal names. Well, as Joan Jett said, I don't give a damn about my bad reputation. So, yeah, I will have to start looking them up. uh, good stuff. Good stuff. Anyway, Batfink 2 says, I love a big muff pedal. You weren't talking about a pedal. Nothing beats the big muff, says Ryan. But there you go. See, nothing wrong with a big muff. Somebody said something about guitar pedals. I was in a band called Stinkfinger in the 80s, says Cushman NYC. Nicely done. That's Stinkfinger. All right. Well, I would have probably gone to check you guys out. That would have been fun. Muddy H2O with a huge $25 super chat. Thank you, sir. So since you aren't here next week, insert Batfink's comment under here. Time to flush again, sir. You don't have to make up for weeks I'm not here. That's super kind of you. Thank you so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, but thanks so much. Super cool of you to do super chats. Thank you. Glenn says, Al, it's true. You can still find some older ones and so with the original names on them. There you go. Good stuff. And Ryan, beat you to it with the big muff joke. There you go. And Ryan reckons he got his in first, and I agree with him. It's higher on my thing there. But listen, you're both fans of the big muff. That's fine. You can both be big muff fans. No problem there. Everybody can see that. Margaret, you're so right about the pedal name, says Glenn. And muff versus fuzz, which do you prefer? You know what? Trying to keep on track with guitar related content. I'm going to say fuzz. But I like the muff as well. So yeah, anyway, not on my pewter. It don't. Let's see what Dave says. On my list, Ryan's first. So sorry, Batfink. But listen, you're both in at the same time. I think it's just put it in reverse alphabetical order. I think that's what's happened there. YouTube just being a prick. That's the way it does that. Sorry about that. Anyway, Ryan says, "Isn't fuzz on the back?" All right. Let's just roll on from there. A fuzzy big muff. Guitar pedals are fun. Matt Von Bosch says, Margaret, we shouldn't go there. Steel Panther had the PY melter pedal. Steel Panther's gotten us in enough trouble on this channel. This is all related to Steel Panther. This is their fault. So anyway, well, actually it's not. It's Glenn's fault, but actually it's not. It's Jess's fault. So yeah, Jess, I don't think is here tonight, but it's Jess's fault. Jess, if you're watching the replay, it's your fault. So anyway, Margaret says the Muffaletta from JHS. We're getting the pedal names coming thick and fast. Good stuff. Al says, I had some fuzz, but a shave this morning. There you go. Bad things, not with some of the women I met. Let's rolling on. Patrick 2 says, I had a band called Snotfinger Salad. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that. I can't believe that band's still not going. Ryan says, mine shows my big muff on top. Again, if you're new around here, thanks for joining us. Please hit the subscribe button. Don't be scared away by the randomness of our pedal naming and our merchandise. It's all fun and games. And if you're still confused, check out Pedal Names and Steel Panther songs. Yeah, glad to have you here. Thanks. You can see like the viewers just dropping off one by one. Anyway, it's all good. Glenn says, who don't like a big muff? It's a great pedal. It's a great pedal. Tim Pierce doesn't use fuzz because it hides personality. Only uses it when song requires it. There you go, Al. You see, and Bonamassa agreed. Well, there you go. Those two make a lot of money playing guitar, so it's all good. Batfink says, yeah, but you announced mine first, Dave. This is a conspiracy. I did. That's true. I think you're just gonna have to, try and figure out what actually happened there. But what I will say is, you were both big muffers. You're welcome. Uh, Fuzz and blue guitars, please. It's a big muff or a metal muff. Uh, no, no, it's just a big muff. Glenn says, I take full responsibility for the GH problem since Jess isn't here. That's kind of you, but it's her fault the t-shirts got made. It's Jess's. Jess was the person who said make the t-shirts. So I think though Glenn is the supreme leader of the Glory Hole. I don't know, just promotion on the channel. But they, it's fine. It's fine. We love you for it. It's all good. Jamie says, I've decided to try a set of EMGs in my SG. It turned into the angriest SG I've ever heard. I mean, if you wanted an angry sound in SG, then awesome. Yeah, that's great. Very cool. Did you use passive EMGs or active ones? Like, did you have to do any additional routing and stuff like that? Let us know what's going on. Batling says, Glenn, liberals. There you go. Nothing goes better together than a dirty Shirley and a big muff. Thanks, Glenn. But Al disagrees. Dirty Shirley and dirty fingers. Don't know, don't care. Where's my beer? I'm definitely getting a strike on this channel at some point. Not today, but at some point, definitely. Badfink says, I love me a metal muff. Hey Ryan, has your mum got a t-shirt for that? If you cross a big muff and a fuzz, is that where dirty fingers come from? It can. It can. I don't know. Anyways, I mean, there was Tim Shaw, wasn't it, with the dirty fingers? Or maybe the other fella. Anyways, we'll have to ask someone at Gibson at some point. I'm pretty sure they won't answer my call when I ring them up and ask them for that. But anyway, guys, listen, we're close enough to the end. I think we should probably end there because we've got to the end of the comments. And yeah, Benny called it out. We were almost at the chat. We learned from Benny that Epiphone looks like they're putting Wilkinson tuners on their guitars. That's interesting. And we will see how we get. So Dirty Fingers t-shirts next then. That's actually an interesting idea, man. It is an interesting idea. I will play with that one for a bit and see what I come up with. So thanks for that, for sure. But as I said, don't forget, guys, we're off next week. There's no 3 Chord Dave live. The next one will be in 2 weeks' time. I will be around though, and you will see at least 2 videos this week. So you will have Guitar Wishlist on Monday. You'll have Guitars of the Week on Friday. And then I'll try and put something together for next Saturday so that a video will go up around 10 o'clock Irish time. So it won't be a 2-hour long video, but it'll be something that you can get your teeth into. And yeah, hope you like that. Thanks for the chats today, guys. Thanks for all the super chat activity. That was super cool of you. I appreciate it so much. And, it all goes back into the channel. So thank you so much. It's super cool of you guys. Thanks for all the cool comments and the stuff, the laughs and the good times. Marcia, if you're still listening, take care of yourself. Be well. Hope you get better soon. And yeah, take care, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back again in 2 weeks' time, but I'll be back on your YouTube on Monday. And until then, take care. See you guys.